concerns, anything in their business that they need help with. You guys all golden? All right, so we're continuing our conversation this week about digital marketing. And today I want to talk about how do you up your online presence? How do you up your online presence? And the way to up your online presence, the first one is the SEO score of yourself and how you are presented. So what is SEO? It is the search engine optimization. It is the practice of optimizing your online content to be more discoverable through search engines like Google, right? Like you, by the way, YouTube is a search engine, like Bing, whatever's out there, and it's organic results that we're looking for. So the SEO score is extremely important if you're looking at getting noticed organically, right? So what are organic results? They are basically unpaid searches based upon your relevance and what the user is searching for, whatever the query they may be. That is what we call organic results. So how do you optimize the SEO to increase your presence and get more organic results, right? And the key point I have here is, all your business information across every online platform must be deliberate and have the same keywords so that people are using the search for what it is that you provide. And that's what it comes down to. It is when you look at all your social media platform and all that business information, right? Is it the same across every platform, right? So your name needs to be exactly the same on your website as it is on your Facebook page, as it is on your Instagram and TikTok and Yelp page, your Google My Business page. That name should be exactly the same. So if you happen to be, hey, it's Danny Macedo Realtor, like that's the name you're using on your Google My Business page, it needs to be the same on your handler for all your different social media platforms. Very, very important. You don't want to be separating and changing them, because when Google looks at this, it believes you're a different person. So if I have it Realtor Danny Macedo in one of my things, like Instagram, but yet on my Google My Business, it's Danny Macedo Realtor, it's not going to put one on one together, right? So that's key. So whatever key name that you decide to use as a search engine, right, for people to search you up, keep it the same across all platforms, right? See, Google feel that the more relevant the name, the higher the ranking that will be for you. If you start changing the variations of your name, then you're not going to have that higher optimization, right? The same thing applies to your address and to your phone number. So if you have your name, your address, and phone number consistent across all different platforms, you will be verified by Google and they will rank you higher when it comes to search engine, when people are searching you. So really key here, right? Because many people would say, okay, I'm going to use my office's address, and that's cool. So it's 123 Main Street. And sometimes you write the word street completely, like, the whole word, or sometimes you just put ST. That little variation will change you. Sometimes you put, hey, we're suite 125. Okay, but are you putting the number sign as a suite, or are you actually writing out the word suite? Again, keeping it consistent across all platforms is key here, right? We're talking about search word optimization, right? How do we increase your organic results? Well, you have to increase your off-page SEO, right? This will further improve your organic ranking, right? What is an off-page SEO? It's the actions that you take outside of your website, right? This will impact your ranking and your search engine results. So you need to be on the different social media platforms like Facebook, like Instagram, like TikTok, like YouTube, like Twitter and LinkedIn. Those are all the different other social media networks, right? You need to have a business listing. Are you on Google My Business? Are you on Yelp, Bing, Yahoo? I know they're further down the road, but still, they still exist. They're still out there. And I would say of all the things, the most critical one is Google My Business page. That would be by far the most critical one. Because let me ask you this. What's the number one search engine in the world? Google.
Google.
Yeah, Google's the number one search engine in the world. What's the number two search engine in the world?
YouTube.
Renee, we've gone through this, Renee. Yes, YouTube is the number two search engine in the world. There's a billion people, a billion with a B, on YouTube every single day. And who owns YouTube?
Google.
That's right. Google owns YouTube. So if that's the case, and Google's number one search engine in the world, do you need a Google My Business page? Yes, we do. Very, very, very important, right? You also need profiles on what we call agent directories, okay? Zillow, Realtor.com, Realtor.ca, and all the other ones that are out there, right? So for my Canadian clients, you're like, well, Zillow's not in Canada. Actually, it is. You can get a Zillow profile in Canada. Do the research. Go look it up, right? You want to maximize your optimization is simply by having the data go across many different platforms. So you should be setting up your company profile and as many different platforms as you possibly can. Now, here's the thing. Be sure to clean up any of your old accounts that may be online. Search for them, right? Just do a Google search yourself, right? On your business to make sure that you didn't miss any old accounts, right? Any information that you're not aware of. For example, the yellow pages, they'll go to other sites to auto-populate your data, right? And it may be outdated. So you want to take a look at how do you look on yellow pages, right? And take those necessary steps to correct any misinformation. If you're wondering, it's like, hey, Danny, I don't even remember where's my profiles. I get that. We all don't, right? So there's a really good website that you go take a look at, and it's called Namecheck. So NAMECHK.com. You can type in your name, just simply type in your name in here, right? It does a search for you, and then your domains will come up, whatever you have in that name, but you also have your users. Wherever, anything that's in red, that name is equated to those sites. Whatever is in green, it's not. So you can take a look at, there's tons of stuff, tons of material for you to see and make sure that those platforms, those are considered off market, what do they call it? Off market research. So you want to make sure that you have them all set up properly the way you like. Again, conformity across the board, right? That's what we're looking at. When we look at Google searches, right? There's a lot of tools that you can use within Google My Business to help you with this, right? The next thing to getting recognized and to up your presence is using keywords, right? Part of the SEO process is using keywords, words and phrases that describe your content and about you. So Google uses that information to determine which content to be relevant to a specific search. So if a buyer or seller is looking for something, they're going to type in not just a keyword, not just you, not just your name, but they'll type in something that's relevant to them, right? And that's where you start getting the organic traffic. It's what's the content that I'm putting out there that people can type in and say, boom, I'm showing up. Who would like that? Who would like to get more organic content, right? What are you putting out there? What's the information you're putting out there, right? So let me show with you a couple of keywords that's really relevant, right? There, you can simply type in keyword generator, right, into Google. And there's tons of them that pop up. I just grab this one, right? So keyword, I just typed in the word keyword generator. This one was one of the top ones. And then what I came into this website and I simply typed in first time home buyer. That's who I'm catering towards. First time home buyer, right? And then I typed in, I just hit, find keywords and look what I found. This was interesting, right? The lower the number, the better. That means it's top 10. Like, this one here, for example, number 7, 3,900 inquiries. First-time home buyer RRSP. This is interesting. So people are typing in this exact keywords, right? We have almost 4,000 people type it in, and it is really ranked high. So what should I do here to try and optimize that my name comes up there, so my ranking come up there? Well, it's simple. Shoot a video talking about first-time home buyers or RSPs and name it exactly that. Hey, first-time home buyer RRSPs. Use that as the keywords. That becomes your video title. So Google's going to go, okay, hey, if you're typing in first-time home buyer RRSP, boom, your video's popping up. Remember, YouTube's the second best search engine in the world. Now this pops up, right? You just became number 1, and 4,000 people within the last 31 minutes have typed that in. So you can go to these keyword generators, type in what you're looking for. I'm a firm believer that if you solve more people's problems, you're going to get more business. So just think about it this way. Who are the clients that I want to work with? Are they sellers? Are they buyers? What type of sellers? What type of buyers? What are the problems that they have? What are the questions that they're asking? And pretend you're them and type in those information. Hey, first-time home buyer, what to do? What pops up? What's those keywords that come up? And then shoot a video about it. Right? So we're using keywords to now make you the agent of choice. What are some issues? Now, this works with any part. I mean, there's another one here. BC, first-time home buyers, ranked number 10. So that's your marketplace, first-time home buyer. And that's what people are typing in. Now, I use first-time home buyer as an example, but this could be anything. This can be selling my home, right? This can be how to set up my home for sale. What's important? How do I maximize my price in the home I'm selling? Like, you can just type those keywords in and see what is the right way to set it up. Now, those keywords will be used in the title of the video that you're using, in the description of the video, right? That you would maybe use some tags in there, right? Use the whole phrase as a tag. So anyone that's typing on YouTube, how do I prepare my home for sale would be a great one, right? So we're looking at how to optimize your keywords, optimizing and setting yourself up. So a couple of things here before I let you guys go, just so that you make sure to optimize your profile. So number 1 is take a look at the display names. Okay, take a look at your username. Number 2, take a look at your profile image. Really, really important, right? Take a look at your banner art, right? Take a look at your bio or your intro story. Take a look at any tags or categories. Take a look at the links, because we want to link everything together, right? I think I shared with you yesterday on using something called Linktree. Very powerful, where you're linking everything together. Take a look at the business information, make sure everything's correct, reviews, and your privacy settings. These are all little things that you can use to improve and optimize your profile. All right, does anyone have any questions, concerns, hallucinations?
I do.
All right, go ahead, Renee.
Quick question for you. When you want to get reviews from clients, but they don't have a Gmail account, is there another way they can leave you
You're not
review?
limited to just Google reviews. You can use Rank My Agent. You can use Rate My Agent. You can use Zillow. You can use Yelp. There's all different ways to get reviews. But probably the best way would be if they don't have a Google Gmail account, right? I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I think they can use their own email accounts. Does anyone know that? I'm getting blank faces. I don't know. If not,
Yes, you can.
you can. Okay, good.
It used to be just Google in the past, but it's changed now.
So any email account will work. All right, Colleen, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Anyone else have any questions? I think there was a question that came up in the chat. Let me pop it up here. It's not Ask Jeeves. Cool. What's that, Nick? Jeeves. I don't think Nick's on the call anymore. All right, cool. Any other questions, concerns, hallucinations?
Quick question. I don't know if you knew this or not, if there was a service that integrates like one review to all platforms.
I haven't come across anything of that nature. But what I can tell you, Calvin, is a lot of these companies, these different platforms, they want original content put on there, right? They want to be number one. Like when you use something like Hootsuite or Social Champ to take your pieces of content and separate across the board and all the different social media platforms, because you can do that, right? Your rankings actually go down lower. Right. So make sure this, again, specifically with Google, specifically with YouTube, anything that is Google based, right? Make sure it's organic. But then the same thing applies with Facebook and Instagram, right? They hate it when you try and just use a service that goes across the board. You're not ranked as high. Right. Great question. Anyone else? No? All right. Then if that's the case, please unmute yourselves. Please unmute yourselves. Right. And I'm very curious. What day is today?
It's
Money
money making
making
day.
That's right. It's a money-making day. So what do you have to do in your business today to help you improve in getting more listings for March? You guys are awesome. I'll talk to all of you tomorrow. Thanks so much.